Alright, I'm going to show you how I'm going to wire this up. How am I going to get the 18.2 to my vents, to my return ducts. So basically I got some twine here, and I put a flashlight on the bottom of it, and I dropped it down the vent of the return all the way down. I'm on the second story, and I'll show you where it ended up in my basement. But as far as this part goes, I dropped it in the basement. I found it. I attached some paracord to the twine, and then I pulled it back up. Now, when I pulled it up, I don't know if that's in focus still. Hold on. There we go. That might be more in focus. So I tied a loop around the paracord and went through a zip tie that is screwed into the stud. So this will never, I'll never accidentally drop this down. So there's a big chunk of it hanging down into the basement, and we'll go check that out. So I'm going to tie a knot into the bottom of it, pull it up to the knot, and I know how far my length is. And that's going to be my service cord, so I can pull up and down things up here. And I'm going to pull 4 thermal lines to this hole, because one of the thermal resistors is going to be here, and the other ones are going to be out throughout the rest of the house. But I will go up through the header stud to the attic, and then in the attic I will go through the rest of the house. So let's go downstairs in the basement. Alright, so in the basement, here is my return duct. Now this duct I cut a hole in, and as you can see, it goes right to the furnace, back to the return on the blower. So this paracord, I'm just going to tie a knot like right around here, and I'm going to pull it all the way up until this knot appears, and then I'll know the entire length of my service cord, what to keep, you know, maybe to this stud here for service, and then I'll pull the rest of the 18.2 up. There's the thermal resistor, and I soldered it in the wall, so it's attached just like so. And just a note to everyone else, make sure you have the thermal wires disengaged from the Ecobee, because I went to go solder it up, and when I hit the positive line with my soldering iron, I was getting some arcing. So hopefully everything works. Anyway, let's button her up and see what happens. Alright, it's pretty loud down here, but anyway, the last wire that I have here to wire up on the Ecobee for the thermal resistor is going to be set up right here. And if you're like me, I ran all these down at once, and I didn't know which was which, and so I had to use a meter to do this. And I'll show you how. I mean, it's pretty easy. You just put a meter on these 2 lines, and let me put my camera down here, focus it on my meter. So it's a 10K resistor, so we should receive 10K. So let's take a look. I'll put it on the meter. There it is. Pretty dang close. So there you have it.